Hey guys, PepperAmmy here. This week we are making 2-ingredient spinach pasta. Now this is actually 2-ingredient recipe, so all you will need is flour, preferably 00 grade flour, which is the finest milled flour ideal for silky smooth pasta, but you can of course use normal flour as well. And the second ingredient is spinach. Now, if you have ever cooked spinach, you know just how much water it contains and how much it shrinks after cooking, so it is ideal to be used as the liquid for the pasta. Now to make the pasta, you want to weigh out 200 grams of flour and 100 grams of spinach, or if you want to just do this by any weight, you want a 2-to-1 ratio of flour to spinach. Then you want to place this in a food processor and blend the flour and spinach for a few minutes, and it will quickly turn green with a sand-like texture. Now if you keep on blending, walls will start to form around the outside and start to fall back in, and then the longer you blend this, it will start to come together. Now you'll really want to give this a good blend to get as much of that juice or liquid out of the spinach, and then once it starts clumping together in the food processor, you can see if it holds together by stopping the food processor and giving it a bit of squeeze. Now if it's still a bit too dry, you can add in some more spinach. If it's too wet, add in a little bit more flour until you get a nice uniform dough. Now once your dough has come together, give it a quick knead to bring it all together and form it into a nice round smooth ball, and then wrap it in cling film and let it rest for around 30 minutes. Now you can let it rest a lot longer if you wish, so you can make this the previous day for using it. Now the rest is the important step in all pasta making, as it allows the gluten in the dough to relax and makes it a lot easier and a lot smoother to roll out as well. Once you're ready to roll it out, you want to cut the dough ball in half, as it makes it a lot easier to work with, and then press and squash it to fit into the widest setting of your pasta roller. Now, you want to make sure that you coat the rollers and the pasta to prevent any sticking as you are passing it through the rollers. And you can, of course, roll this by hand as well, but it will take a lot more effort to get it to a nice, suitable thickness. Now you want to pass the dough through the widest setting. This is normally the lowest number. Then you want to pass it through once and then fold over so the furthest edges away overlap in the middle. And this is just called laminating. This will bring more strength to your dough. And then you want to pass it through the widest setting again, sideways this time, repeating this process 1 to 4 times. Once laminated, you can now pass it through one higher setting. Now you want to do this one at a time. The way I like to work is from 1 to 5, passing the dough through on each setting twice, alternating between the top and bottom, making sure the dough goes through the rollers both ways. Now I'm using this pasta to make tagliatelle, but if you want to use it for lasagna sheets or make ravioli, the 5th setting also works well for these as well. Now if you prefer a thicker or a thinner, you can keep on going or you can stop earlier, but I wouldn't go any thicker than a 3 or a 4, otherwise it's going to massively increase your cooking time. Now if your roller has a spaghetti or tagliatelle roller, then slice the pasta sheets in half and pass through the cutting rollers. Then divide your strands roughly in half and then coat in flour. Now if you have excess pasta like me, you can optionally dry your pasta for longer storage. Now I'm using my dehydrator, but you can also air dry it, and you can also get pasta air dryers where you just drape the pasta over. Now if you are going to use your dehydrator or an oven, you want to place your small bundles of pasta on a dehydrator tray and dry it at 60 degrees Celsius or 140 Fahrenheit for around 2 hours until they are light, crisp and dry. Then store in an airtight container or bag until ready to use. Now once you're ready to cook, you can either use your fresh or dry pasta, simply add it to a pan of boiling water until it is soft and tender, and then drain and serve. And there you have it, a nice, simple, very fresh tasting 2-ingredient pasta. Now, that wraps up this week's video. As always, if you like what you saw, let me know down below with a like and a comment. If you're indeed new here, feel free to subscribe for free weekly cooking content. And I will see you all again next week. Thanks for watching.